Hello everyone. Today I want to spend a little bit of time talking to you about your capability and how to prepare this for your research proposal. So I'm going to go into our website. We're going to go to Folio, down to Planning, and then down to Planning Your Capability. So you've already done this. I'm assuming you've done this. You've selected your capability. You've already organised your capability focus question and your capability sub-questions. And at the moment you are completing your template at the bottom of the page, and part of that template is to take the information from your table and to expand it into a paragraph. So I've got a completed one here, and we're going to have a look at this one, and you can use this as an example and a guide to create your paragraph. So in this example here, what we've got is a research project question, which is why does eyesight deteriorate with age, and how are glasses selected to rectify these problems. I've selected the personal and social capability because there's something about this research project question that I want to take on personally, and I want to share it with others, which is the social aspect. The capability focus question is, how can I develop the skills to select glasses that suit specific face shapes? So my research project question deals more with the physical impact of deteriorating eyesight and the reasons why. And my capability focus question is going to be about the cosmetic aspects. And so how can I select glasses that make people look good? Then I've gone through and I've selected some specific little sub-questions here. So what are the different face shapes? What frame materials suit different people, for example, metal or plastic? What frame colours look best on different skin tones? And how can the shapes of frames highlight or hide different facial features? So by answering all these little sub-questions here, at the end of my research, I'll be able to demonstrate my increased understanding of the personal and social capability, which is what I'm being assessed on. So I'm assuming you've done this already, and now what you're going to do is you're going to take this and you're going to expand it into a paragraph. So this paragraph here is an example of an A grade paragraph. So I'm going to read it through first, and then I'm going to pull it to pieces, and you can see how it's been constructed. So I have chosen the personal and social capability. I really want to become an expert in selecting frames for glasses and learning the associated skills in doing so. I become agitated when I don't understand how to select frames for clients, and I'm sure my clients probably feel the same confusion in the process. I have decided to extend my research to not only help me but others in the same situation. Through my research, I want to gain the knowledge to allow me to know all about frames, the materials and the advantages and disadvantages of each. I want to understand skin tone and how this affects what frames will look the best. I also want to be able to identify face shapes and find frame shapes which accentuates positive facial points and how to disguise negative facial points. Once I have this knowledge, I want to put it into a simple format and allow others to have access to it, so they too can help themselves and gain the knowledge required to select frames, therefore also fulfilling the social aspects of the capability. So when I look at this paragraph here, it's clearly divided into 4 sections. So the first section really is the very opening sentence there. So in that section they have simply told me what the capability is that they've chosen. In the second section, what they've done is they have taken their capability focus question and they have told me about this focus question in broad general terms. So what is it that they really want to gain in general terms from this capability? So they've just rephrased and expanded that capability focus question into the second section. In the third section, what they've done is they've taken their capability sub-questions here and they are specifically telling me now in more detail how they are going to expand their capability focus question. What exactly do they hope to find out? So the second section's in general terms, and now we're getting into some more specifics. What specifically do they hope to research here? Finally, in the last section, they've simply got a rounding off sentence. In this case, they're telling me how they plan to share this information with others, which is the social capability. So you can just put a rounding off sentence there. If it's social, personal or social, what you hope to, how you hope to share that, or just a simple rounding off statement. So you can see here we've got 4 sections. An introduction, which is just telling me what the capability is. The second section, telling me what their capability focus question is. The third section, which is expanding on their capability sub-questions. And then finally a rounding off sentence. So if you put all that together, then what you've got is a really well thought out paragraph. That's really well structured. So when I'm marking this, what puts this into the A grade is that this student is very specific and connects meaningfully to their research project question and to I can get a real sense of how this student is going to expand that and what exactly that they are going to do to develop their capability. So it demonstrates the clear understanding of what the student intends to do. It's very specific, it's not giving me these empty sentences. So an empty sentences are those sentences which sound good but are actually meaningless. I can really understand from after reading this what the student is specifically going to do. It's realistic and achievable. So remember, you've only got about 6 weeks to do your research. By the end of that 6 weeks, this student has got some very realistic things which they are going to achieve. And by answering all this and exploring all these ideas, they are going to have developed their capability.